Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another exciting TheKillerNacho Wi-Fi battle. And, yeah, this is going to be against MrChabry. It's actually again, from last stream. And I actually had 3 really good battles to post for you guys from that stream. And this is an RU match. We battled in RU last time, I think, with MrChabry. He's actually also a PGBL participant. I don't know if I actually battle him later in the season or not. Probably. I battle most people. But there's the teams. As I said, I think this is RU, so... Rarelyused is a fun tier. I really do enjoy playing it. And he's gonna bring that darn Roserade again. If you recall, we had an RU battle not too long ago when we both brought Roserade. And his was Scarfed last time. I'm expecting it to be Scarfed again. But anyway, so this is actually the matchup, pretty good matchup for me. I'm gonna go ahead and lead with Goodra as he leads with his Rotom, and he's just gonna go ahead and Volt Switch. And I decided just to go for the Outrage because honestly he has nothing to take it on his team. I think we both brought 2 Dragon types if you include Mega Ampharos, so that's pretty interesting. And he has no resistances to Dragon whatsoever, so he's going to go into his Blastoise, he's going to go ahead and Mega Evolve, but it doesn't matter because I'm faster. Actually, no, he's faster, but I'm still a Goodra. In fact, I'm a Choice Band Goodra, which is why I did so much damage with Outrage, and now I'm going to go ahead and kill it here and with the second Outrage. So down it goes, and that feels pretty good. I do get confused, but that's okay because I was probably in a position I would want to switch anyway. Like against this Tyrantrum, which honestly I am marking off as Scarfed. Which would be weird if he is bringing the Scarf Roserade, but I see no other reason he'd switch in against my my thing. So he's going to go for the Head Smash actually. I go into my 1 Dragon Resistance in Bronzong, so I don't know what he was predicting, but it clearly wasn't Bronzong. And I'm actually going to go for the Trick Room, which I carry on this Bronzong, and it actually synergizes pretty well with the rest of my team. In comes his Rotom Heat, though, which it makes sense. I'm just going to set up the Stealth Rocks. In hindsight, I should have tried to save Bronzong, because Bronzong, like I said, he has 2 Dragon types, and Bronzong was my 1 resistance to them, including that Tyrantrum. Not to mention his Roserade, so this is actually probably somewhat of a mistake, but we're going to go see if I can make up for it. But losing Bronzong was kind of hurtful. I do have the Trick Room still set up, and Trick Room plus Mega Ampharos is really, really cool. So, I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. Mega Ampharos is one of the slowest Pokemon in the game. It's actually slower than its base form, so I'm going to go ahead and break the mold. I'm going to go for a Dragon Pulse, which is a powerful stab move. And this is clearly bulky Rotom, because that takes, it's not even a 2-hit KO, unfortunately. So, well, he's actually able to kind of like stall out the Trick Room here with his Rotom Heat, as I just keep going for Dragon Pulse. I was hoping to get a 2-hit KO, but it ends up being a 3-hit KO, which I believe uses up all of the rest of the Trick Room. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to capitalize on that because all I get, well, I do get to kill the Rotom. But honestly, I would have been able to maybe kill that anyway. But he was able to stall out, at the very least, the Trick Room, which allows him to go back into his Tyrantrum, which is obviously going to threaten my Ampharos. But I have no switch-in now for a Dragon move, so I was just kind of hoping he'd over-predict, but there's no reason for him not to just go for the Outrage. So down goes my Ampharos because I didn't really want anything else to die. So I'm going to go into my Umbreon now. I'm confident I can take at least 1. I'm just going to go for the Wish, I think. I think I go for the Wish. As he just goes for a second Outrage. And I actually could have taken 2. So, noted. But Umbreon's more of a special wall than it is a physical wall. But I think this EV'd physically defensively. So, I just wasn't sure if I could take an Outrage from this thing. And from that damage, it's definitely not banded. So I'm confident that it is Scarfed now. But anyway, in comes his Zygarde, or Zydoge, as I like to call this form. Yeah, that is going to be another Dragon type. And I decided to go into my Goodra. I would like to heal this thing up. And I honestly... Okay, yeah, I'm just going to switch in that as he goes out into his Goodra. So yeah, sorry, he goes out into his... That was a double switch. He went into his Zydoge, I went into my Goodra. And I got it healed up, which is kind of nice. But no, he's going to go ahead and for the Outrage again. Unfortunately, Zydoge is going to be a little more powerful hitting than Tyrantrum, shockingly, because that's going to be able to kill me. So I'm going to go to my X-Cloud. I'm confident I can take 1 Outrage on this thing. And, you know, X-Cloud hits like a truck. I have no doubt that a Specs Boom Burst is going to kill this thing. So I'm just going to go for that. Unfortunately, as you can see, it still does a lot of damage to my X-Cloud. And that's an unfortunate bit about X-Cloud. It hits like a truck, but it's, you know, pretty damn slow. It's in the slow lane. It's in the right-hand lane. It's not very fast at all. And he comes to Tyrantrum again. And he's just going to lock himself into Dragon Claw. A little bit weaker than Outrage, but obviously doesn't have the negative effect. I'm going to go out into my Roserade, and this is when I'm really hoping that he's going to be, not Scarf. But he, once again, makes a play into Roserade as I try to go for the Sleep Powder. I should have went for the attacking move. I really should have, but I didn't. And he is Scarf Roserade again. He goes for that Hidden Power Fire. I do survive it since I'm at full HP. Unfortunately, my Sludge Bomb is not going to be able to finish it off either. If I had just went for the Giga Drain, which is what I wanted to do against the Tyrantrum, that would have been enough HP to kill the Roserade. But now, I'm kind of screwed. So I'm going to go into my Goodra, who has the resistance now to Hidden Power Fire. But I think he has this well in hand because he still has that Scarf Tyrantrum in the back. He's going to go ahead and let his Scarf Roserade die. But yeah, I have to lock myself in Outrage, and this is a choice ban Goodra, as I said. So he's going to have that speed advantage on me with the Tyrantrum. So in it comes, and I believe he's just going to lock himself in Outrage. No need to lock himself in anything else, because he's going to be able to take out my Goodra with Outrage. And then, of course, take out my last remaining Pokemon, my, 5 HP Roserade. So yeah, that's annoying, but what can you do? Good game there, MrChabry. I'm gonna have to get one against you in RU. I'm gonna have to think and actually put together a good RU squad instead of putting it together on the spot. You are on my hit list, sir. If I have a chance to battle you in the PGBL, though, that will be the ultimate defeat for you. Anyway, today's question of the day is going to be: what is your favorite key item in any Pokemon game? Obviously, key items allow you to unlock more of the game as you obtain them. Now, most of the time in Pokemon, key items are literally just keys. They just open up more of the map if you get them, complete a quest or something. But some of them actually have out-of-battle use. And I always kind of liked the effect of the Slip Scope. I thought it was really cool to be able to see ghost types in Gen 1. Obviously, being able to, it changes the way the entire, mechanics of ghost types work. Because before you get it, you can't see ghost types at all in Red and Blue. You just see them as ghosts. So it adds like a new feature into the game that you can actually catch these ghosts. Not to mention you need it to, identify Marowak. So leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Obviously, in the same game, Red and Blue is actually really good at giving their key items a use. And the Poke Flute is another excellent example, especially because you could use the Poke Flute in battle in Gen 1 to wake up your Pokemon. So you basically Infinite Awakenings, although it did wake up the opponent's Pokemon too. Not that that was usually a problem. I don't think you'd ever... Very rarely do you have a case where both Pokemon are asleep. So anyway, leave a comment about that and see you guys again next time. Later.